everybody. So apparently I just found out I don't have a lot of storage on my phone, so I'm going to try to make this, you know, short and quick. So I'm Lex. I'm from Houston, Texas. I am an intuitive psychic reader. I have been doing this since about 2013. But ever since I was a child, I realized, you know, little things that happen in your life, and you just realize that you're more sensitive than others, and blase. Going on about my life later, I ended up contacting somebody who was a psychic that had been a very wise woman, and I respect her to the utmost. She ended up guiding me and helping me find out where I was strong, my strongest points were as far as readings, as far as my abilities go, and what I could do, and how far I could push myself. So thank her for that, because now I can, the possibilities are endless as far as what I can do with my gift. So there's that. I'm going to be 27 this year, so I'm still a youngin'. All right, so the reason why I started adding any pages related to this case, the Chris Watts case, was because I would say the day of or the day before her birthday, and I believe it was January 10th, I was receiving messages about the case constantly. And it was to the point where I was like, okay, do I need to look up this case? Like, I started looking it up, Googling it, you know, reading about it. And I was very adamant on, I just had to figure something out about it, like find out more information. And this has happened to me before prior, but we won't talk about that. But right now, from my experience and what I've noticed from myself, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and add these pages. Let me see what other people have to say and what they've seen. And, you know, the people that are local in the area that know her, know of her, you know, let me see what they have to say. And come to find out, the day that I looked at the pages that I was actually accepted on, it was her birthday that day, or the day, you know, the day before or something like that. But I believe it was the day so I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Usually around the times that it's like the person who has passed birthday or something like that, the energy is way more stronger than it would be otherwise on any other day for me. So it's like that energy is focused more for me to grab and for me to use, and for me to be a tool to express and say what they wanted to say. So let me see, I had little things written down just so I can, you know, talk about. Okay, so with that being said, I am sorry if there's anybody on the pages that are her friends or family of hers or anything like that. I really do apologize if I offend you with this reading. That's not my intention at all, and I wouldn't say anything offensive or anything like that. Whenever I do my readings, I ask anything from the universal white light or God's white light to come through for me. So anything that is more, you're not going to hear anything derogatory, anything, you know, like, I'm not even going to say it, but things that are explicit, you're not going to hear. You will hear, you know, things around that, but it's not going to be specifically like, you know, very explicit information. I don't see things like that, and I wouldn't want myself to see things like that on a daily basis. Not for me. So I'm going to go ahead and, okay, so I did steer away from all the information that I knew. So if I got an image of something that I already knew about, I went ahead and just excluded it completely from what I'm going to tell you, because obviously everybody knows those facts that I'm going to say. So the only reason why I want to do that is to leave information in that possibly you know something about. Maybe you know something about that little detail that I have know nothing about, and so we can go further and I can look deeper into that thing. So because there's a lot of information here, so if I can go into something specific, a detail specifically that you guys are like, okay, that's kind of, that makes sense, this makes sense, then I will go further into it, because this is very vague and very broad. So I'd rather go into detail with something specific that you guys see in the reading. So I receive messages, I can receive them like in a little clip, maybe, you know, like a little 3-second clip of something, or I will be there. Like, per se, I'm sitting here, my kitchen, my stove is right there, so I would be sitting here and I would be able to see a vision of the stove and something that happened at the stove area. Or I would smell something, but a lot of the time I feel the attitude and the emotion of that person that passed, either when they passed or in a certain situation, of how they felt. Because me being intuitive, I'm very empathic. So I feel more than anything. And that's what I have noticed. But and I do get a lot of words, like very single words or whole sentences, like a saying. So I have noticed that as well. So All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go on. I'm gonna go ahead and start with what I got last night. Last night when I tried, it seemed that, my pretty drawing. So it seemed that last night she wanted to talk about herself and she wanted to express how she felt. And she was talking a lot about herself at the time. I don't know why, but she was directing a lot of things towards herself, but it was very closed off. Like if I asked a question she didn't like, she probably would have stopped talking to me type thing. So there's that. So I didn't have anything in order, so I'm just going to say it randomly as I go along. One of the first things I got was red roses. I don't know if it was a singer rose or like a bunch of roses, like an arrangement that someone had given to someone else. Like maybe, my first thought was that Shanann got roses and maybe someone found out about it or something like that. The other one that I got was either, it could have been Chris sent it to Nicole and Shanann found out about it. Something like that. Something to where it was an arrangement that someone physically seen and got upset about. Something. Mattress. I got a mattress, random mattress, and everybody knows, of course, the bed was there with no sheets on it. Everybody knows this, okay. Random, besides the fact that she was possibly strangled on the bed. So, I don't know why I seen the mattress very significant. It could have been because she was strangled on the bed and she just wanted to let me know that. That could have been the reason. And I also got jewelry, like a necklace, and it was really thin. Like it was a thin silver or gold necklace. And that was given to somebody as well. It's a gift. Like it was a gift. I don't know if it was and again, I don't know, Chris, Nicole, Shanann, to someone else or from someone else. Don't know. I didn't go too deep into it. And I'm not going to unless someone says, that makes sense, keep looking further into it, then I will do so. Okay, she did know about Nicole towards the end. I heard the words "don't leave," so it was desperate. It was like out of desperation. She was saying "don't leave." The emotional discussion talked about possibly. That could have been around the time that was said, was whenever we were having their emotional discussion. The words "I feel bad," and that was again from Shanann. "I feel bad." Received photo of inside of the house. Okay, so I received like a clip from inside of the house. So I feel like she's still there in the home. Obviously not in body, but she's still there. She just wants to. Okay, she just wanted to let me know that she felt dirt all over her. I felt very like I was there and I had just dirt on me. I felt dirty, a lot of debris all over me. And I got that little clip of that. But she wasn't being specific with that. She was just saying, like, I just felt dirt on me. I don't know how to really explain that, but there was dirt all over me. She was dirty, and, like, she didn't like that. She didn't like that her body was kept in that condition. But she didn't go into any specifics after that. A cactus. I got an image of a cactus, and that could literally, it could mean a cactus plant. Like Chris threw a cactus at her. Literally, it could mean that. Didn't happen, but I'm just saying. Or it could mean like cactus, as in she was bitter. Because a lot of things are symbols for me, and I get symbols. So that could mean that she was bitter at the time. She was vengeful about Chris, and it was more about control for her. Her life wasn't going as she planned it. Yeah, it wasn't going as she planned it. So, in the afterlife, she is upset about that. That, she did have this beautiful life from the outside, but it wasn't going to continue any longer. From that moment, even if she passed or not, things were going south and things were not going to be okay. So, she is vengeful about that towards Chris. I feel lost. So, I got those words. I don't know if I just said that, but I feel lost. Like, she hasn't moved on. So I feel lost. I feel